Okay. I believe when I got in the business, all my money was in the bank. Why?
Because that's what you were told to do.
That's right. My dad said, son, you have a job, you're making money. You need to take some of that money and put it in the bank. Now, why did my dad tell me that?
That's what he knew.
That's what he did.
That's where he put his money. My dad worked for the government. He didn't have investments. He had a pension. He didn't need to have any investments. He didn't know about investments. I got him his first investments. So I believe that is a
injustice
crime to have parents teach their children to put money in the bank, and the bank pays you a low return, lends the money out at a high return, and they make money, and the people with the money in the bank
make nothing.
Stay broke. I think that's a crime. I think that's an injustice. I think cash value life insurance, low rate of return, lose all your money the first couple of years, got to borrow your own money. And most policies at death, they keep your cash value. I think that's a crime.
It is.
What do you think?
Yep,
it is.
So I think in an orientation, people gotta feel good, not good, great, excited about sharing the things at the very beginning, and then Art Williams' father died at age 47, and his mom got a $10,000 policy, and then Art found out that for the same money, he could have had a $100,000 policy, but he found that after his father died.
Too late.
He wanted to put those crooks out of business because what they did to his mama. So I think that step number one in an orientation, you got to get people fired up about the things we stand for.
Yeah.
Correcting an injustice.
That's right. Number two, what did people have to feel good about?
They have to feel good about you.
Yeah, well, let's go into that. Hopefully they do. But I think they got to feel good about the company.
Oh, okay.
I think you got to be able to defend what you're doing. And I think they need to know it's not a
pyramid.
Pyramid.
Yeah. And I love that new slide somebody shared this week. 6 years in a row. What, folks?
Fortune 1000.
Fortune 1000.
Matt, what do you think about that? 6 years in a row. Fortune what?
That's a big deal, man.
And what is a Fortune? What does that mean, Fortune 1000?
Top 1,000 companies in our country based on revenue.
Exactly. So there's 30 million companies in America. 1,000 of them do the most business and revenues.
And we're one of them for the 6 years. Absolutely.
Now, your uncle is going to say we're a scam pyramid. I'm in the doctor. Mark and Sandy are big over here. And the radiologist who did my biopsy Tuesday, he said, he wasn't being mean, but he said Mark and Sandy were in an Amway. You guys are an Amway, aren't you?
Wow.
This is the head radiologist over here at Amway. in Vita, where Mark and Sandy have been part of this thing for 24 years. And the top radiologist said, oh, Mark and Sandy, yeah, what do they do? They're in Amway. It's like, you can't get away from it.
Yeah. My nephew asked me last time I was in.
You did an appointment with him.
and then he did say, once I corrected him, no, it's Primerica. And he said, I'm not trying to be demeaning. I have no problem with it. But it is kind of
demeaning.
I can take it. Mark and Sandy can take it. But the new person
can't take it.
Can't take it.
No way. Not at all.
Absolutely.
That might have kicked them out of the business.
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to be mean.
Right.
Just that comment. What does that mean?
Right. And then they go on TikTok and YouTube and oh my God.
Yeah.
My nephew asked me. I was in Tampa. My nephew, tell me about Amway. What the heck, dude? You're my client. What is this? Tell me. I don't know any. Amway's multi-level marketing.
Yeah, right. We don't have cleaning products. Nah.
Right. Okay, so I have in the Mayo on the thing a lot of slides that builds the credibility, and I think that's important.
Right.
And that's important because everybody gets hit with
that. My uncle's cousin tried it.
And if they
Something
they're
along
not
those lines.
if they're not inoculated,
Absolutely.
they won't answer your phone call the next
Right.
time you try them.
That's
Right.
right. They found a different opportunity. This didn't align with their values.
They've been thinking,
Yeah.
Right.
this is not for them. Appreciate
Mhm.
the invitation.
Was
Right.
Their values. Their values are better than this. We
That's right.
go to your
I remember-
job. Come on.
Brett
We're
Burt's
not good enough. We're
Yeah,
not
right.
good enough for them.
Or credible enough. That's
But
why
the
we
company
gotta
they
make
work for
credible.
buys our stock.
Yes.
You know, we've got so much, and I literally in every presentation I go through and I say, hey, and I show them what it is, and then I tell them what it means. So everybody that goes through that's ever put an IBA in with me, if I didn't do anything else right, they got that information.
That's
and
right.
so once you have that, you can go back and verify it. It's not like we just pulled that out the sky. No, that's public
That's right.
knowledge.
What were
Like
you saying,
Mario
Alice?
said,
And-
you got
and
the
then-
armor on.
And after you go through that, what do?
After that, that's when I then, I present the opportunity, but then I start to ask them questions. After I present the opportunity, I pull it back. So does this sound, would you like to be a part of my team?
All right, here it is, Alicia.
Yeah.
On the first part, when you go through correcting and enjoy justice, this is a crime.
Mhm.
Okay, then I say, do you agree? Would you be embarrassed to share with your brother or sister
Right.
how banks and insurance companies are ripping people off?
Sure.
Okay. Would you be embarrassed? Would you feel bad? Or do you have any hesitation about sharing with your brother or sister what banks and financial companies and rich people know about money and never teach people?
Nobody ever has a problem with it. No.
Okay. So that's number one. Number two,
Mhm.
after you go through the companies, I say, so do you understand this isn't a
Pyramid scheme.
let them say it?
Okay.
I'm not saying it, letting them say it.
Got it.
Now, if somebody accuses you of being a part of a pyramid or us, how would you respond to that? Would that make you quit? Gordon,
Good question. No.
if your
No.
cousin accuses you and says we are in a pyramid, would that make you quit, Gordon? Because if it would, we need to go over this again, or you should just not try this.
Yeah.
Because you're going to
my
hear it.
broke cousin. If my cousin is broke, it definitely ain't going to make me do it.
Okay, I'm getting a commitment at that point to make
Absolutely.
sure when they hear it, because it's not a question of if they're going to hear it.
It's when.
The only question is
Absolutely. When
when are
and
they
from
going to hear
who?
it?
And from who? Absolutely.
Okay, Mark and I heard it the other day. Amway, Mark and Sandy, they made $35 million in this in Amway.
Amway.
Okay, number three,
Mhm.
Gordon, would you like to see how we get paid?
Please. Yes.
Okay, it's real simple, and it's like how the whole industry pays all their representatives and
Yeah.
brokers and associates. Want to
Yeah.
see it?
Yeah, please.
Okay, well, we get paid on something called, like, you were paying how much to New York Life, Gordon, or whatever company you were,
133 a month.
and now you're paying how much?
Well, not now, but within, I got 127.
Okay, so you know that you were paying 133 to,
New York Life.
now you're going to pay the 127 to us, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so we get paid on that total first year premium. Now, 127 times 12 is how much?
1524.
Let's call it 1,500. Keep the math okay, right?
Yeah.
Then I write down 1,500. And then I draw a line here. Entry level, when you get licensed and trained, you're going to be about 50% contract, pretty much entry level.
Yeah.
So if you did that, if you did what we did for you, you would have earned 50% of the 1,500, which is how much?
750.
750. Now, how long does it take you to make $750 on your job?
It's like a week.
Would you rather? How long have we been together?
Hour and a half.
Would you rather make it in an hour and a half or a week?
That's an obvious answer. An hour and a half.
Why?
Because that gives me more opportunities to double my pay, triple my
That's
pay.
right. And if you double your pay, what could you do with the greater income?
Save it, invest it.
So you could save it, invest it. What else could you do?
Could reinvest it in my business. There's a lot of things you could do with it.
Could you have better vacations?
Oh yeah, man. We could have much better
Nicer
vacation.
neighborhood.
Yep. Better home,
More options.
better car. Yeah,
You feel good about all that?
I do.
Okay. Now, if you were a broker, we already explained in the overview, we explained broker agent. If you're a broker, you would earn 110%. What's 110% of 1,500?
It's 1,500 plus 10%, another 150. So 1,650.
Okay. So you would earn, to do that in an hour and a half, $1,650.
2 weeks worth of my pay. Okay.
Now, would you rather be an agent or a broker?
Broker.
How long does it take you to earn $1,600?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Would you rather make it in an hour and a half or 2 weeks?
I'd rather make it an hour and a half.
How quickly would you like to be a broker?
Can I start as a broker?
You cannot.
Okay.
But if our company has a system that says, if you help the company grow, we will promote you to broker. And all you need is 6 district leaders to make that happen.
Well, heck, that sounds easy.
50s.
I guess I should become a district then.
There you go. And we're going to help you do that. Now, when you become a broker, every time somebody does this, they make $750. You make the difference between the 1,600 and the 750, which is how much? What's the difference? You get the difference between their 50. So you get a 60% override.
Yeah.
What is 60% of 1,500?
It's 850.
So every time you teach somebody how to make 750, the company will pay you $850, and you don't even have to do the work, because your work was recruiting and training the agent, teaching them how to do that. And if you're successful at helping other people become successful, if you're successful helping other people earn an income, the company will pay you to do that. What do you think about that?
Amen, brother. I feel like I'm in the right place. Let's go.
Have you ever trained anybody at your other jobs?
Oh, yeah.
How much money do you get paid for training and training and training people?
Nada.
So if you could get paid for training people here, that's far better than not getting paid for training people, right?
I would agree.
Okay. So do you understand our compensation system?
I do now.
Okay. You have any problem with the overrides?
I don't have a problem with that.
Do you understand why some people looking at this who don't understand this may consider it a pyramid?
Yes.
When all it really is what?
A broker agency.
A broker agent business model.
Yep.
What industries use it?
All the financial industry, really.
All the financial industries. Who else?
Real estate.
Real estate.
Real estate. Who else?
Insurance.
That's just it.
Insurance. What else?
Kind of car dealers.
Even job doing.
Car dealership. Car agent. A salesperson sells a car. The car salesman gets a commission.
Yep.
The general manager, sales manager gets a commission. The general manager gets a commission. The owner gets a commission. True or false?
Yeah, true.
So we operate the same way every business that's selling a product uses, except the difference is that if you're at the car dealership, you are only going to remain a salesperson. You will never be the
broker.
Owner, broker.
or the owner. Since we want to
Open offices.
grow we want to grow into new territories and help more people and get this message out. We have a system that allows people to move into become a broker. Do you have a problem with that?
No.
Okay. Any questions about anything I've covered?
No.
So I believe, everybody, that to get people moving quickly, they need to feel good about
What we do.
what we do,
How we get paid.
how we get paid,
Model. Company. Business model.
and who we're in business with.
Who we're in business with,
And
yeah.
I think if they know those three things, and maybe the bonus thing, if we go by do one by one, you get this, but after that, what do they need to know?
Right kind of person should. Well, how do you set an appointment? That's it.
That's right. That's right. That's all they need to know. Because now they're ready to do what?
Get moving.
Take you to
Go
see somebody.
go see their
Absolutely. They're family members.
They're hot
brother,
people.
Mhm.
sister,
Yes.
best friend,
Mhm.
and then do that immediately. And then the brother, sister, best friend reacts how?
Same way.
Probably similarly to what everybody else reacts.
They
Mhm.
become a client, get on their team, and now what have you done?
Lock them in.
Locked them in, and now
Build
what do you
belief.
do? Now what do you do?
Repeat the
Repeat.
same process with
You
them.
repeat it with
The next person.
Next-
Them.
that person you just got for them
Right.
to
Leverage.
lock them in.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
While point number 2 of the 6 golden rules was
Touch every day.
touch everyone every day, treat them all like a direct, because your
Yes.
people don't know what to do with people.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Hector,
Mhm.
that was my comments on orientation.
How do you feel about like if I'm going to do an orientation with you? Like at the very beginning, I'll have a conversation like, heck, Christian, my goal today is for you to feel really good about what we do, how you get paid, and who we're in business with.
I would start the orientation by Hector, and really nice of you coming in today.
Mm-hmm.
May I share with you my purpose?
Okay.
Okay. My purpose, I want to find out if this is a fit for you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay. In order to do that, I need to know what is important to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because my goal in business and as a financial coach and business consultant is simply to help you get what you
Want.
Do you have a problem with that?
Nope.
Okay. So step number 1 is, could you tell me your top 3 or 5 things that you really want in your life?
Yes. I want to retire my parents. I want to be able to retire early myself and provide for my family.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
By the way, does anybody know what my next question is? So you want to retire your parents, retire yourself, and what was the third thing?
Provide for my family.
Provide for your family.
On a scale of
Anybody know what my next question is, which is huge and the basis for the relationship?
Are you making enough right now to be able to do that?
That's right. My question to be is what you are currently doing, or if you keep doing what you're currently doing, when will you be able to retire your parents, retire yourself, and give your family a higher standard of living?
You're feeding it right back to them.
That's
Absolutely.
exactly right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not going to happen, Christian.
And then they're saying it's not going to happen. And then I say, how do you feel about what you're doing right now and the situation that you're in, that you're never going to be able to make happen what you just said you most wanted to make happen? How do you feel about that?
Not good. Not good.
So if there was a way to make that happen, if I could share with you, if there was a way to make that happen, does that sound like something, and you feel good about it? Tanisha, if I share with you a way to make that happen and you feel good about it, can you think of any reason why you wouldn't want to get involved in it?
No.
No. Now all I have to do is what?
Show them.
Make them feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I can make them feel good about the financial house and the crusade, correcting
That's
and
right.
industrious. What I know I can do that.
That's right.
And I know I can make them feel good about Fortune 1000, Fidelity, Rocket Mortgage. I got no problem with that. And I know I can make them feel good about broker, agent, and compensation,
Yes.
because everybody wants to be an owner and a broker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
It's all over.
Absolutely.
All over.
Absolutely.
And then I know I can get them to where they want to take me to their
Mhm. Family, brother, sister,
brother,
mama, everybody.
sister,
Yes.
mama,
Yes.
daddy, best friend.
Absolutely.
I know I can do that.
Absolutely. Yes.
And then it's just
Repeat it.
repeat,
Wash and rinse. Do it again.
repeat, and then make sure when people are watching you on the field training appointments that they're getting it.
Yes.
It's not field watching, it's field
Training.
learning,
Take notes.
training.
Absolutely.
Right. Somebody had their hand up. Gordon.
It's 11 o'clock. I had two things. One, I got this on here. Jay Kahn says we need to record this, put this on the YouTube channel so we can all watch it, the recruiting interview with the 6 golden rules and that step by step. But we can get that done this week, I think. But number two is I had challenged everybody district and below, and I'm just curious if anybody did speak up. Did you get 10 contacts? Because I said Monday was the time frame. I challenged everybody that was district or below that we did a breakout session last week. And I said, by Monday, can you get 10 new contacts, and then gave them ways to get the 10 contacts. Anybody do that? I'm afraid to ask. I'm excited to ask.
I did not. And I even went to Home Depot to look at their bulletin board, and they don't have one anymore.
All right.
But it's a goal for this week now.
Tracy.
Yes, sir.
If I was, or if somebody was standing next to you at the gas station pumping gas, at the dry cleaners, in the 7-Eleven, in the grocery, at Home Depot, how would you break the ice with me?
Well, from Tony last week, I learned that I could say, hey, you off work today?
No, I'm just on a break.
Oh yeah. Where is that? Do you work near here? That's lame.
Yeah, I work over on 5th and Elm.
Oh, cool. Well, I have a friend who's looking to expand his business. Do you happen to know anybody that is looking for a new way to? I forgot that next part. Open to finding out about.
Okay, here's what we need to do tomorrow.
Breakout rooms.
Breakout room, role play on how to prospect.
Love it.
That was good, Tracy. It was. It really
was good.
It was
yeah,
hot.
it was really good. It was
It was
good.
hot.
Good. Yes. But could Tracy get better?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you
And
flowed.
You had
and how- and
80%
how do
of
you
it
get
right
better?
there.
You flowed
How
with
do
it.
you
That was good.
how do you get better?
By
Practice.
practicing and doing it.
Role play.
Repetition is the
Mother of
Mother
skill.
learning.
mother of learning.
Right.
Okay. Now, Tracy, I know, like Larry Weidel said it this morning, he said, once you start working, you're going to realize something. What are you going to realize?
That it's not very difficult.
And
People are not as scary as you think.
that's right. Once you start, I was living in a self-imposed prison from 1985
Yes.
to the end of 1989.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, I go to this meeting, I get inspired, I see this guy doing it, it's unacceptable. I pick myself a script, and then I started dialing the telephone and talking to people. And then I found out that most people, if you treat them nice,
They'll be nice to you.
they'll be nice to you. If you're polite to them,
They'll be polite to you.
in fact, I don't remember anybody ever being mean to me.
They might have told you no, but that's just no right, not right now.
Right.
That's it. And I'm in Tennessee saying that. It's a
Right.
whole, I'm telling you, I'm more open to talking to strangers. Rednecks just as nice as can be, scaring me to death. Hey, how are you? Hey, you know, and I'm telling you, it's a whole different ball game because this is not what I experienced in Atlanta. Nah, not at all. Nah. So I got past me, and I've given out more cards in the last 2 weeks than I gave out last year. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Mm-mm.
Wow.
Instead of giving out the cards, just a thought, Alicia, I would exchange numbers.
Oh no,